When I went to the online counseling site of Eva Schwartz, I thought it was well done. There were many positives. It had a very uplifting message. She was very clear in who she was and what her purpose was. And the key words were to create solutions. However, I did have a few concerns. One of them being, what's the cost? And I was able to find the cost, but under the cost, she had a section for quick questions, for short answers for $10. And I felt like, well, if I have a quick question, I can Google it and get a quick answer for free. A few other positives she had on her website is that you could actually look at some articles and some book suggestions without any cost to you. However, when I clicked on one of these topics, anxiety in particular, it had what appeared to be a counseling session between herself and another client, and I questioned whether or not she had written client permission. I'm assuming she did. But I was curious, was that in fact an actual session, or was that a simulated session to give you an idea of what services were offered? Now on her links, she didn't have, with the different topics, which ones, she did have, the ones she could counsel on, and the ones that weren't highlighted, it was evident that those were not where she offered her services. And then she also had resources, which I thought was very good. Me personally, I wouldn't choose to do online counseling because I prefer to be face-to-face and get more immediate feedback. And it sounded like that her responses were through email. Even though it said interactive counseling, I kept seeing the word email and not live chat room or anything involving a web camera. Now, for some clients, they might prefer this method of counseling because of the anonymity. They don't have to look at a person face-to-face when they talk, which sometimes makes it easier. Same concept of sending a text to a person rather than going and letting them know something. Sometimes people feel freer and a little more at liberty and might text a little bit differently than they would actually speak to that person. In an actual person-to-person or face-to-face contact, however, I feel like more ground can be covered because there's not the lag in wait time or computer connection. And you can also read a person's body language. So I think there are benefits to online counseling as well as person-to-person, face-to-face counseling interaction. So I think with the online counseling there are benefits, but I think there are some pieces missing as well.